Captain James Reed stared at the alien structure through the viewport at the Endeavour. After 6 months of deep space exploration beyond the Orion Arm, his crew had discovered something extraordinary, a massive ring-shaped megastructure orbiting a distant star. "Incredible," he whispered, his breath fogging the glass momentarily. "Sensor readings?" Lieutenant Anna Torres tapped at her console. "Material composition unknown, sir. Energy readings off the charts. The structure appears to be drawing power directly from the star itself." The United Earth Exploration Fleet had prepared for first contact scenarios, but nothing like this. The structure dwarfed anything humanity had ever built, stretching nearly 1,000,000 kilometers in diameter. "Open a channel to command," Reed ordered, "and send a probe. Let's get a closer look before we approach." 3 days later, the Endeavour and its sister ship, the Discovery, cautiously approached the megastructure. Their probes had detected no signs of hostility, but Reed remained vigilant. Humanity had only ventured beyond their solar system 50 years ago. Their ships were impressive by Earth standards, fusion-powered vessels with rudimentary gravity plating and light-speed communication arrays, but whatever built this ring was clearly operating on an entirely different technological level. "Captain," called Communications Officer Mike Wilson, "we're receiving a signal from the structure. It's adapting to our communication protocols." Reed straightened his uniform. "Put it through." The view screen flickered, revealing a humanoid figure with metallic blue skin and eyes that glowed like distant stars. The translator struggled momentarily before producing clear English. "Greetings, travelers. I am Trell, custodian of the Nexus. Your species is welcome here." The crew exchanged glances. First contact had been established with surprising ease. Reed stepped forward. "I am Captain James Reed of the Earth vessel Endeavour. We come in peace, seeking knowledge and friendship." Trell smiled, a gesture so human it was unsettling. "Knowledge we have in abundance, Captain. Your arrival was predicted. We have been waiting." Over the next week, Reed and a small delegation were granted access to the Nexus. The structure wasn't merely a technological marvel. It was a vast repository of knowledge, home to representatives from dozens of advanced civilizations, forming what Trell called the Assembly. Most astonishing was the Assembly's revelation. They had been observing humanity for centuries. "We detect civilizations as they develop faster-than-light theoretical frameworks," Trell explained as they walked through corridors lined with unknown alloys. "Humanity showed promise earlier than most." Dr. Lisa Moore, the fleet's chief scientist, could barely contain her excitement. "How many species are part of the Assembly?" 43 currently active members, Trell responded, though hundreds have come and gone throughout the eons. "Gone?" Reed asked. Trell's expression shifted subtly. "Civilizations rise and fall, Captain. Some ascend beyond physical form. Others destroy themselves. The Assembly preserves their knowledge regardless." On the third day, Trell led them to a vast chamber where holographic displays showcased technologies beyond human comprehension. "We offer this knowledge freely," Trell said. "Clean energy generation, biological enhancement, matter manipulation. Most developing species require centuries to discover these principles independently." Reed felt a chill despite the warmth of the chamber. "That's extremely generous." "It is pragmatic," Trell corrected. "The universe faces cycles of extinction. New allies strengthen our collective chances of survival." That evening, Reed met privately with his senior staff aboard the Endeavour Asterisk. "Something doesn't add up," said Security Chief Tom Baker. "No advanced civilization shares technology without expecting something in return." Dr. Moore disagreed. "Maybe they've evolved beyond our concept of transactional relationships. Their energy technology alone could solve Earth's remaining resource conflicts." Reed listened carefully. "We proceed cautiously, accept knowledge, but implement slowly." The following day, Reed requested access to historical records of previous species who had joined the Assembly. Trell seemed hesitant, but eventually agreed. What they discovered changed everything. The Assembly wasn't merely sharing technology, they were guiding evolutionary paths. Species that accepted their gifts invariably developed along specific technological trajectories. Within generations, they became dependent on assembly technologies. Their societies restructured around principles that served assembly interests. More disturbing were the gaps in the records. Entire civilizations that had received assembly technology only to mysteriously disappear centuries later. When confronted, Trell was unnervingly candid. The assembly requires resources to maintain the nexus. Those who benefit from our knowledge eventually contribute themselves. It is a fair exchange spanning generations. You're harvesting civilizations. Reed realized, horror dawning on him. Trell's glowing eyes dimmed slightly. An unfortunate characterization. We prefer symbiotic relationship. Your species would have centuries of prosperity before any significant contribution would be necessary. That night, Reed made the most difficult decision of his career. While Dr. Moore and a small team downloaded selected scientific data, medical knowledge, and sustainable energy research, Reed secretly ordered preparations for immediate departure. Before leaving, he left a warning buoy programmed to transmit a simple message to all approaching vessels. The price of their gifts is too high. As the Earth's ships accelerated away from the Nexus, Reed watched the massive structure shrink on the view screen. The assembly had gifted humanity with tremendous knowledge, cures for diseases, clean energy solutions, advanced materials science, but they had also revealed a universe far more complex and dangerous than anyone had imagined. Set course for Earth, Reed ordered. Maximum speed. In his quarters later, Reed recorded his official report. The scientific breakthroughs they were bringing home would advance human development by decades, but they would also carry his warning. Progress earned through their own ingenuity would always be safer than gifts from the stars. The universe had revealed its wonders, but also its threats. Humanity would need to proceed with equal measures of ambition and caution, a balance only they could determine for themselves. The Endeavor and Discovery raced toward home, carrying secrets that would forever change humanity's place in the cosmos.